Hey there everyone, what's up? This is Aram here, and today we are going to create this portfolio website. And before moving on, I'm sure that you all guys are doing well and enjoying the life. So this is the portfolio website we are going to work on, and it is I'm not going to use any framework in this project. I'm not going to use any JQuery library. It's a pure JavaScript project. This text you are watching on your screen, this typing text kind of, it's a CSS animation. And then let me give you the overview of this project. So this project, it is a single page application. It is responsive, and let me show you that when I scroll the mouse, the change of the navigation bar, then here is the skills section. And what I'm going to do now, I'm not going to using the mouse for scrolling it. I'm going to click on this my work, and you guys can see that the smooth scrolling or the navigation bar, it smoothly scrolled to this section on a work section. And when I click over the image, so let me click this image, okay, so you guys can see the image appears. This section is also made in JavaScript, not any kind of jQuery, okay, it's a pure JavaScript project. Then the next is testimonial, and it reaches to this section. And now again, when I click here, we have the testimonials or the clients. And the good thing of this section is that it is also made in JavaScript without any library, okay. And then here is a contact section, and this is the footer. Very simple short website is this one, and I'm sure that you guys will learn a lot from this. It's going to help you in your projects, in showcasing your work. And here, let me show you the responsiveness. Again, when I click on it, a menu appear here, and if I just click on the skill section, oh sorry, and the skill is so close, so my work, actually the skill section is working. It's not that it is not working, but I will set it when we will start working on it, okay. And then everything stacked nicely on top of each other. So here is the, let me go to the skill section so you guys can see. I didn't give enough space in the skill section. I keep this header or a hero image, I think 60 view height, so that is why I'm not going to jump on it from here because it's just on the scroll distance. But and okay, so I'm sure that you guys will like this project and you are going to learn some interesting things from this project. So let's get started. Before moving on, let me say that if you guys like the channel, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more interesting videos. And if you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button. And yes, I'm going to give the link of a Facebook page in the description below. Kindly join the Facebook page, and all the codes of my projects are available on codepen.io. And here on this channel, you guys, there is a video, I have made a video about the code, so please search that video and get all the codes from the link of that video in the description below, okay. So let's move on and start working. I'm using VS Code editor. Those who are following me, they know about it, and if you are new here, then for you guys it is Visual Studio Code. And I've already created a folder. My folder name is, you can see from here, portfolio recording. It's very small, but here is the folder, and it has one folder which is called images. And all these images, this image and these images, and not these one, okay, only these images, gallery images or work images and hero image I have got from pexels.com. And this one, I have used these images in one of my old project. I'm not sure that from where I got these images at that time. Maybe you guys can check in any previous video. So these images I've got from my old project, not from anywhere else, okay, or I think from free pick in that old project. So for these client views or testimonial images, I've got from, I think, I'm not sure, free pick, and these are from pexels.com. So let's move on to the editor. And within the folder, let's create a file, and our file is going to be index.html. Then I would like to have another file which is going to be main.css, and another file which is going to be main.js. Okay, here as I've told you, I'm not going to use any framework. I'm not using Bootstrap this time, so it is a pure HTML and CSS website. So I'm using the Emmet extension. So for this, I just have a exclamation mark and I pressed enter, and here is the template of HTML5. Now here in place of this document, I don't think that I need to explain all these things because it's a project-based website, so I'm sure that you guys know about all these things. So here in place of this document, I'm assuming that you guys know about all these things. Okay, so I'm going to say portfolio. Okay, then I would like to link my style sheet with this one. So style sheet, and then I would like to say, let me link it main.css, and then I would like to have, okay, first of all, let me here in the body section, but on top of this closing body tag, I am going to attach my JavaScript file, and it is main.js. okay, here you go. And sorry, I've closed the tag. Okay, I'm using this because I wanted to load after the HTML, or after my HTML CSS page, the JavaScript will load on my website. If I'm going to use it on header, then the site is going to be heavy, or the JavaScript will upload first, and the others will load first, and not upload, sorry, will load first, and the rest of the code will take time in loading. Okay, so that's why I'm using it here. Then I would like to go with Google Fonts. So here is Google Fonts. What I'm going to do here in the Google Fonts, I am going to use a font, and our font name is Poppins, this one. Okay, so I'm going to use the Poppins, and the variation of Poppins I'm going to use is this 300, light 300, and this regular 400. And I would like to go with the bold 6, this semi-bold, bold 700. Okay, now I'm going to copy and paste this code. I'm going to get the copy, and I want to paste it in the header here. Okay, and then what we need, we don't need this pre-connect and all these things. Okay, I'm gonna delete it. And then we have to, here in the body section, what I'm going to do, I just want to, actually this code I want to link from here to here, not the upper one, but it's okay if we have deleted that extra line of code. And here is the font family, Poppins and sans serif. So if you guys want to download it, you can go for the download, but I'm not going to download, so I'm just using this one here from here, and here is in the CSS. Let's save it. The next thing is we are going to use, let me close this one. Then we are going to use here, these are the Font Awesome icons. Okay, so I'm going to, these icons are actually from fontawesome.com. So what I'm going to do, let me tell you. Here is the site fontawesome.com. Search the icon you want, but before moving to the icon, you have to mention your email address here, then follow the further instructions, and then you can get the code. I have already got mine, and I'm using my code, and my code is here. I'll just close it because I already copied the code, and my code is here. Okay, I just want to copy this, and I am going to paste it in the head section. So here we are. This is the Font Awesome, this is a Google font, and here is our style sheet. If you guys want, just for the convenience, you can say Google Fonts, and here let's keep it separate and font awesome. Okay, and I don't know why it is showing me an error, but okay, font awesome with the space. So we have done with the main structure of the web page. Now let's get started. So the first thing is, here in the body section I need some room, and now I'm going to start it from the body section. I would like to go with the comments, and let's say header, and now end of header, and now here let's have a HTML5 tag which is header, and let's have a nav bar, so let's say nav. Okay, within the header I would like to go with the navigation, so I'm going to use the HTML5 element nav. Within this nav I would like to go with the division, assigning it a class. This class is going to be container. Okay, and I'm just assigning it a class align center. Okay, then I am going with the anchor tag href, and then let's have a class. The class is going to be logo, and I want to have another class which is going to be section link. Okay, and here let's say portfolio. Okay, now the next thing is I would like to go with the unordered list, and I would like to assign it a class. The class to this unordered list is going to be navigation. Okay, and what I'm going to do with this navigation, I would like to have it list items, and within this list item let's go with the an anchor tag, and here this time I'm going to go with the links. Okay, so the first link is just a hash for the home page or for the home section, and then I would like to have a class here, and this class is going to be again section link. Okay, and here in this area I'm going to write home. Okay, now I'm going to copy and paste this li. Let me copy this. Okay, what I'm going to do here, I would like to say skills, and this is also going to be skills. Okay, then we have to, here I just want to name it gallery, and here I want to say my work. Okay, or work here also I can, but I'm just going with the gallery. Then I want to say testimonial spellings, testimonial, and here I want to say testimonials again. Okay, now because as I've told you it's a single page application, so or a single page website, so that's why I'm using to reach to that section I'm going to use these links. Okay, these links are going to help me. And then I would like to go with the contact, and this is also going to be contact. Okay, contact. Let's save it. Then after here I would like to go with a font awesome icon class, and this is going to show the FVSFE bars and icon menu and nav toggle. Okay, so this is what I'm going to use, and this is for the you guys have seen this one. Let me show you again that this is for the hamburger menu. Okay, this is for the hamburger menu, and here is the hamburger menu. Okay, for this menu or this this button, I am going to use this icon here. Okay, then after okay, let's save it, and I think let's go to the CSS first. Okay, so then we will work on this section. First, let's go to the CSS. First of all, let's go to the browser using my main server. So where is that? Open with live server. Okay, so excuse me. Okay, sorry. Okay, so we have a portfolio, the links, and a bar. So first of all, let's go to the CSS and style them. Here is the CSS, main.css. Now after this, let's have a margin. Margin is going to be 0. Then let's go with the padding. It is going to be 0 again. Okay, now what I have to do is, let me go with the header element and let me make its position relative. Then I should go with the nav, and the position of the nav is going to be fixed because it is fixed on top. Let me show you from this one. So let me close it, and when I scroll it, you know, it is fixed here, it is fixed on top, so that's why I'm using that fixed. And I've already explained all these things in the previous projects. If you're new here, please follow any previous project. You will find all these things in detail, and I'm trying to explain here, but if I miss anything, then please consult any previous project. Width is going to be 100%, and the margin is going to be 10 pixels and then 0. Then we would like to go with the padding. Padding is going to be 10 pixels and 0, and I'm going to use z index because I want it to on front of everything, and the z index is going to be 999. Then I want to use the transition, and the transition is going to be all 0.3 seconds ease. Okay, save it. Now I'm going to get the actually I have to use these in JavaScript also. So here what I'm going to do, nav fixed, so I'm going to use it in JavaScript. Okay, and what I'm going to do, I would like to have a margin is going to be 0, and the background color or the background is just going to be, I'm going to use RGBA as, and yes, actually I don't want to use 2 colors, so with RGBA 1843, what I'm doing, sorry, it should be 1843 and 0.5. okay, so blue, but with some transparency or opacity in blue. Okay, and then I would like to go with, let me bring it here, and let's say header nav and unordered list. So unordered list have a navigation, display is going to be flags, and the list style is going to be none. Okay, And then after, I would like to go with the margin, which is going to be 0, and the padding is also going to be 0. Save it. Let's go to the browser and see. Not this one. Okay. Oh, what we can do, let me refresh. Well, not working. Okay. Let me check. Okay, navigation, spelling is R, correct, N-A-V-I-G-A-T-I-O-N. So N-A-V-I-G-A-T-O-N. Has to should be there, but okay, I'll see, I'll check that what's going on. First of all, let's finish this one and then we'll move on. Okay, so it is a navigation. I just said to use enough flags. Let's use this one and let's see. Then list item, anchor, text, and let's say display is going to be block, and padding is going to be 0 and 16 pixels, and then we have to say the color is going to be, right now I'm not let me save it first. Okay, right now just let me go with the black color. Okay, and then after I would like to say font size. So the font size is going to be 16 pixels, and you know what, let me check something just for my satisfaction. I think just let me check something. If I you know, my style sheet is not linked properly with this. I need to check where is the problem, because I was thinking that why it is not working. So style sheet, yeah, it's href. Sorry for this. And now it is going to work. Yeah. Okay, so my apologies for this. I didn't see this. Okay, so now it is working and you guys can see that. Let me show you first of all this section in the upper. Okay, so here it is, and when I'm going to remove these comments, it is like this. Oh, I didn't delete this hello world. Let's save it. Okay, now let's start working on CSS. And then after the font size, color is for just for the time being I'm using a black color. I have to use a white color actually, but right now I'm not, the background is not, I have to set the background properties, then we will do this. And then after this, let's go to the text transform, and I would like to say uppercase. Okay, so there is no decoration. Now what we have to do next is let me get this selector, navigation, header, nav, and unordered list, then navigation, list item, and here I'm just saying last child, and what a last child is going to have a link, and let's say it is going to have a padding. Padding right is going to be 0. Okay, so yeah, the next thing is I do have the same selector, and let me copy this one. Actually, let me have it here, and here I want to go with the despite using this last child, let's say after. Okay, where the content I'm not going to use anything. Then let's see, the display is going to be block, and height is going to be 1 pixel. Then I would like to go with the width, and the width is going to be 0. Then let's use the background, and the background is going to be, actually I need a, let me say black, but you know I don't need this black background. I just for the timing. Okay, we'll change this. Okay, I know it's not a good color, but just for the timing we'll change it into white. And then after this, let's have a opacity. So the opacity is going to be 0. Then let's say transition, and the transition is going to be all 0.3 seconds ease. Okay, let's save it. And what I'm going to do next is, let me get the same selector, paste it here, bring it here, and I should say hover after. Okay, and let me check my selector again. Here the width is going to be 100%, and the opacity for this is going to be 1. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I just want to use the navigation, the Nav Toggle class, and if you guys can see that we are still seeing this one, so I don't want to display it here. So let me say, and display should be none for this one. Let's save it and let's see. Okay, so now we cannot see that. Okay, then the next thing is I think we have done with this. Let me check with the classes I have used here. So yeah, this was the last class, so we have used it here and it is done. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, let's go to the HTML again, and here in the index.html, after this nav, let me go with the division. So let's say division, and assign it a class. The class is going to be header text, and in this header text I would like to go with the heading 1, assigning it a class, and this class is going to be title. So the title is I'm a developer. Okay, let's see. Okay, so it is here, no problem, we'll fix it. And then after I'm a developer, I would like to have an image. Okay, so what I'm going to do after this heading 1, this division, let's go with the image, and image is going to have a class. The class is going to be main banner and or the hero image. So here I'm going to use images, and in my images I do have a hero.jpg, and I'm going to use the alt, and in the alt, let's see, main image. Okay, or let me finish complete it, main image. So after having this main image, let me close it, and you know, I don't have an image here yet, like not as I want it to be. So it's not as it has to be. And then after this, let's go to the CSS. Okay, so first of all, here in the main.css, I would like to go with the position is relative, and hold on, let me check something. Header text is here. Okay, and then first of all, let's fix this main banner. Okay, let's fix the main banner here. So main banner, and the main banner is going to display block, and the width of this is going to be 100%, and the height for this I have chosen 80 view height. Yeah, and I thought 60, it's 80. Okay, so now it is in a view height of 80. That's okay. And then after this, what we have to do next is the main banner is here. So let's have to work with the header text. So here the header text, it's a class. So the header text is going to have a display, what it is, text, and let's use the display property with the value of flex, and it is going to have a flex direction, which is going to be column. And after having a column, let's say justify content. The justify content is going to be centered, and align items is going to be center again. Let's use the position, and it is not going to be relative but absolute, and then let's have a width of 100%. Then let's go with the height, which is also going to be 100%, and I would like to use a background here, not an attachment. Why I'm using this background, I'm going to show you that. Let me write it, and then I'll, first of all, let me show you here. It is very bright. Okay, my background is very bright, so I just want to have a slight overlay. Okay, you guys can see that it's an overlay, and this overlay is going to be like 1.8, then 43, and 0.5. Save it. So here it is. Now we have to work with this text. We haven't worked with the logo. First of all, you know what, here in this header nav, before the main banner, let's fix the logo also. So then we will fix the header text. Okay, so for the logo, it is going to be flex, and justify content is going to be center. Then I would like to go with the align items, again center, and let's use the width. The width is going to be 60 pixels. Then we have to go with the height, and it is also going to be 60 pixels. Then we have to move on to the color, logo color, and yes, here I want to use the white. Okay, and let's use the font size. So the font size is going to be 26 pixels, and the text decoration for this is going to be none. Then the padding left, it is going to be 20 pixels. Let's save it. Okay, it is not as I want it to be. I think I need to use a container and I have to use a container actually, and here let me check. I do have a container with, and the container is, I just didn't use this container class. Now I have to, let's use it here. So it is a container, and the container is, I know today my code is just, it is here and there. I should, oh gosh, because I forgot to use a container class here. So let's use a container here. Okay, container is going to be flex, and let's use a flex wrap. Sorry, the flex wrap, and it is going to wrap it. Then I want to use the justify content, and it is going to say space between, and the space between with width, and the width is going to be 100%. Then I want to say the max width, and the max width is going to be 100 pixels, and the margin, let's say 0 and auto, and let's use a box sizing, which is going to be border box. Okay, and then remember we have this align center class also, so let's use it, align center, and this align center is going to have a align items, and align items is going to be in the center. You know what I'm thinking, let me get this code from here, and cut it from here, and let's place it here after the body tag. Let's save it. Okay, move on to the browser, and yes, here we go. Now the links color are in black, so if you guys remember, I have added the black color somewhere here, this one. So let's change it into white. Okay, and this background is also going to be white, not this strange color, but I'll show you what it is going to happen. Okay, so yeah, and I click here, or when I hover over, then there is a nice animation, or a nice, here we don't have, but here we do have. Okay, now let's work with this I am a developer title. So for this, we were here in the header text, and after having this header text, let's use the title class. Okay, so for the title class, here we go, the title, and let's say text transform, and it's going to be uppercase. Then letter spacing is going to be 5 pixels, and position is going to be absolute. As I've told you, wait a minute, let me show you. Then the top of this is going to be 50%, and the left is also going to be 50%, and then let's use the transform property with a translate, and it is going to be minus 50% and minus 50% both sides. Okay, so it is like this. And then we have to use the color, which is going to be transparent. Okay, let's see what's going on. Then we will be okay. So you cannot see the I am developer here, okay, because I have used a transparent color. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a title, and the title is going to be before, and the content, because I have had a transparent color, so that's why I am going to use this one. So let's say I am a developer. Okay, I'll show you now. Okay, and then we have to say text transform, again uppercase. Okay, and then again we have to go with the position, which is going to be absolute. The top is going to be 0, left is going to be 0, and the width for this is going to be 100%, and the height for this is also going to be 100%. And let's use the color, it is going to be white, and overflow is going to be hidden. Let's use the border right, and the border right is going to have 1 pixel solid, and the color is going to be white. And yes, as I have told you that we are here, I'm going to tell you. Okay, so as I've told you that we are going to use, and this is a CSS animation, it's not a JQuery typed. I haven't used any library, as I've mentioned before. So now the animation part is going to start. So what I'm going to do, I just want to name my animation, and then we'll prepare it. So the animation is, it's a typing animation, so let's name it type, and it is going to have a 10 seconds, let's say steps of 30, and it is going to be in a loop or infinite. And then after, let's say white space, which is going to be no wrap. Okay, save it, and now here let's create this type animation. So first of all, let's use the keyframes. The name is going to be type, and 0%. So for the 0%, the width is going to be 0. Okay, then for 50%, the width is going to be 100%, and then for 100%, the width is going to be 0. Okay, and let's save it and let's see. Okay, so here we are. I am a developer. Okay, so we have done with our the header section, and now we have to start working with the skills, or this skills section. Okay, so let's move on to the browser editor and start working. Yet I know I didn't make it responsive, this section, so we'll do this. Don't worry about it, we'll do this. Okay, right now it is just for the bigger screens, but for the responsiveness we will work on it. And now let's go to the skills section and start working on the skills section. After this header, let's have a skill section. Okay, so first of all, for the skill section, I would like to go with the comments, and let me say skills. Okay, and let's have end of skills. End of skills sounds strange. Okay, now what we have to do next is to create a section element. Within this section, let's create a class. This class is going to be skills, and let's have a title. So first of all, let's say division. A class is going to be section title, and the title is going to be here within the h1. It is going to be skills. Then after, let's have another division, assigning it a class. This class is going to be skills center, and within this skills center class, let's use the article element of HTML5. So article class is going to be skill. Okay, and then we have to use you know what, after this skills center, it's a skills center just for the convenience. Okay, I'm going to use this article, and in this article the skill is going to be, then we have to go with the division, assigning it a class, and this class is going to have a skill icon, and let's use a font awesome icon class, and FAB HTML5, and let's close it. And then after, let me bring it here so easy for you to see what's going on here. I would like to go with the heading 2, and the heading 2 is going to have a class. The class is going to be skill title, and the skill title is going to be HTML5. Okay, then after, what we have to do next is add a p element, assigning it a class. This class is going to be skill description, and let's go with some text, could be of 10 words. Okay, 10 words are okay. And then the article is first article. We have done with the first one. Save it, move on to the browser, and here we are, skills and this HTML5. What I'm going to do next is I just want to copy and paste it. Okay, so first of all, let me copy it from here to this section. Copy, paste it, and here in place of HTML5, I would like to use CSS3, and there is an icon. An icon is going to be, not an icon, icon is going to be CSS3, and oh, sorry. Okay, now the next thing after having this icon, let's paste it again, and here let's change the icon. This icon is going to be JavaScript JS, and the title of this is also going to be JavaScript. Let's see, RIPD. Okay, let's save it and let's see. So here we are. Now the next thing is, again, let's have a icon, and this icon is going to be React, and then here I would like to say React, and let's copy paste it again, and this HTML5 again, it is going to be Angular, and here is also going to be Angular, and then the last one is going to be Python. Okay, so Python, and here I would also like to go with the Python. Okay, and I think I have done with this one. Let's save it, move on to the browser. Yes, so we have done with the skills section. Now let's the markup is done. Let's go to the style.css and style it like this. Okay, so here in the portfolio, and here we are in the main.css. After this, let's have a skills section, and end of skills section. Now first of all, let me get the skills class, and here I would like to go with the padding. The padding is going to be 42 pixels, and then after, let's have a skills and the section title, the heading 1. Oops, select the brackets. Okay, the heading 1. Heading 1 is going to display in flex, and then we have to say the flex direction is going to be column, then align items center, and the color for this is 00F2B blue, and let's use the font size, which is going to be 40 pixels. Okay, let's use the font weight, and it is going to be bold. Let's save it. Let's go to the browser. Okay, so we do have a skills title. Now we have to work with the skills center class, where the maximum width is going to be 90 view width, and the margin for this is going to be 32 pixels auto. Save it. You can notice before it was with this like with the edge of the screen. Now what we have to do next is we have to use the skill class, where margin is going to be 32 pixels and auto, and then let's say the text align is going to be center, and then after we have to go with the transition, all 0.5 seconds is in. Okay, and then we have to use padding. I think I don't need a transition here. Hold on, okay, let me command it out. If I need, then I'll let me check. Okay, the padding is going to be 32 pixels and 0, and then let's use the background, which is going to be white, and let's have a box shadow. The box shadow is going to be 10 pixels and then 10 pixels, and the color for this is going to be 01038831. Let's save it. Okay, so we do have a nice card. Okay, then we have to go with the skill icon. These icons, the small HTML5 and CSS3. So for this, let's say skill icon, and the scale icon is going to have a font size of 48 pixels, not 38, 48 pixels, where the color of this is going to be this one. Okay, so I just copy it and want to paste it here, and that's it. Let me show you. So the font size increased. Now we have to work with the skill title, and let's say the text transform, and the text transformation is going to be uppercase. Then we have to say that the font weight is going to be bold, and the margin top, actually it is margin top, which is going to be 16 pixels. And then we have to go with the margin bottom. So the margin bottom is also going to be 16 pixels. And we have to work with the letter spacing, which would be 3.2 pixels. Then what is next? Let's save it first and let me show you. Okay, then the next thing is the description. So the skill description is going to have a width of 80%, and the margin is going to be 0 top and bottom, auto left and right. And let's see the text alignment is going to be left. Then we have to say the line height. Line height is going to be 1.5, and the letter spacing for this is going to be 3.2 pixels. And then we have to go with the color. So again, the same color I would like to use. Okay, now this section, because it's looking it's not looking good, it's looking ugly, so I have to use the media queries here. So, or I'll make it responsive to this section only. The rest of the sections you will do it could be in the end of finishing this. Okay, so add media screen, and the minimum width for this one is going to be 768 pixels, where the skills center class is going to display flags, and the flags wrap is going to use a wrap value. Then let's use the justify content, and it is going to be space between. And then I would like to use the skill section. So again, the skill is going to be flags 0, 0, and I'm going to use the calc function, where the 50% is going to minus 8 pixels. And let's use another media screen, and the minimum width is going to be 992 pixels. So here the skill is going to have a flags property with 0, 0, and let's use the calc function, and it's going to be 33.3333% and minus 400 pixels. Okay, minus is too far. Let's save it. Let's see what's going on in the browser. Oh, I've made a mistake somewhere. So because it shouldn't be like this, it has to be like this. So where is the mistake? Let's find out the mistake. So skills, and I think here in 8, no, not here, it is going to be, let me check something, like if I say, let's see, yeah, here is the, sorry, here is the mistake. And let me fix this issue again, because it is, let's solve this issue right now. So it is, let's say 4 pixels, not 400 pixels. And yes, it is looking good. So here is the skills section, and only for the skills section. Okay, no, yeah, okay, skill section is okay, but the other things are just interacting there, so we have to fix these issues. Don't worry about it, we'll solve it. So skill section is done. Now the next thing is there could be some issues in the, I think, let me check again. And this is for this one, 4 pixels, 2, and could be something from here. When we will, this project is going to be perfect, will look like this. Well, let's right now just leave it like this. I want it to be like that. I'll sort out the issues, we'll solve in front of you guys. Okay, so we have done until this skill section, because I want to finish this this today. In this video, this image section, client views, and kind of means all rest of the part, and in the next video we will work with the JavaScript. Okay, so that's why I wanted to finish today, and all the nitty-gritties or the things which we are going to miss today, we are going to fix them in the next video. So today just preparing a kind of a layout of this. Okay, so the layout is going to be ready today in this video, and the JavaScript and the functionalities and all these small things we are going to fix in the next video. So, and don't forget to watch the next one with the JavaScript, where we are going to fix the issues, where we are going to make it responsive and a kind of a dynamic. Okay, now what we have to do next is to create this gallery section. So for this I'm going to this index.html, and let's remove these extra spaces, and here let's go for the gallery section. Okay, so let's see, work section. So we are going to showcase our work, and end of work section, or a project. Okay, so whatever you guys want to name it, go ahead. I just want to use unordered list here, and let me assign it an ID, and this ID is going to be gallery. Okay, so here I'm going to use the list items. Actually, no, hold on. Okay, list item is going to have an image, the source of the images, and in the images I do have image 1. And yes guys, here the size of the images, here the image size was 800 by 586. Okay, the image size I forgot to mention in my notes, so let me write it here for you guys, that, and I will confirm it also. I'm sure it was this one. So the image size in this section I've used was 800 by 586. Okay, I will check and I will let you know again, or just give me a time. Let me check this. Okay, I have checked. I was right. The size is 800 by 586. Okay, the image size I have used in this section, and the size of each image is 800 by 586. Now I want to say that let's use the alt, which is not going to be anything, and let's close this. Now I'm going to copy and paste it for 9 times because I do have 10 images. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So this is going to be image 2, image 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, let's save it. It's done. Move on to the browser. Here we are, and here the images are. Okay, such a big size of the images, no problem. So why my image 2 is this much big? Why? My image 2 is actually let me check here. Okay, image 2 is this one. So you know what I'm going to do? I just want to replace this image 2 with image 6 because I think I haven't fixed the size of that image. That's why. Yep, yes, I didn't fix the size of that image, so that's why I'm using this one. Okay, there isn't any other logic behind this, only I didn't fix the size of that image, and it is going to ruin this one also, the whole page. So now let's go to the style.css and start styling this gallery section. So first of all, here in the main.css, let's comment of my projects are, what kind of comments are the, okay, and end of projects. So now here, let me drink some water. Okay, what I'm going to do is need some room here and make some room, and let's go with the gallery ID, and let's use the display property, and here we are going to display the flags. Then let's have a flags wrap, and let's use a wrap, and let's use the list style type. It's going to be none. Let's have the margin of 0, and padding is also going to be 0. Okay, now the next thing is we have to use the list items. So for that we are going to go with the width. It is going to be 20%. Position is going to be relative. Overflow is going to be hidden, and cursor would be pointer. Okay, let's save it. The next thing here, we are going to have the image, and for image let's use the block. Width is going to be 100%. All 0.3 seconds is. The next thing is, let me get this one, this whole selector, paste it here, and here let's say hover. Okay, and when the hover effect is going to happen on the image, it is going to transform, and the transform is going to have a scale. So the scale is going to be 1.2. Okay, now the next thing is, again, gallery, and the list item is going to use the after pseudo class, where the display is going to be block, and then we have to use the content, and the content is going to be nothing right now. Then we have to use a position. Position is going to be absolute, and we should say top 0. Left is also going to be 0. Width would be 100%, and the height is also going to be 100%. And then let's use the background. The background is going to be, I'm not using the color, I'm only using the background. It is going to be 010833167. Okay, with some transparency in blue. And then I want to use a transition here, so let's use a transition. Transition is going to be all 0.3 seconds. It's going to be ease, and then we have to go with again, let me check my selector. Okay, so not using this, but let's use hover and after. Okay, it is this one. Now what we are going to do here, the width is going to be 0. Height is, it is going to create a kind of an overlay effect on the image, like, let me show you here in this one. So can you see the image, the effect? So this effect I'm talking about. What happened to my images here? The size were correct. Okay, working on this section. Let's see. After, height is going to be 0. Okay, and 1.2 scaling, transformation, display block, width is 100%. We'll fix the issues, no problem. And then after, let's use the kind of overlay class. Okay, so this overlay class is going to have a position, and we'll use this in JavaScript. Okay, so so it is going to have a position fixed. Then let's use a display. Display is going to be flex. I was checking something else over there, and I say justify content. It is going to also going to be center. And then we have to use the align items, again center. Let's use the top, which is going to be 0, and let's have the width, and the width of this is also going to be 100%. And let's use the height, and height is also going to be 100%. And background, not attachment, fixed, and too many things. And the background is going to be RGBA, where we are going to go with 0, 0, and 0.9. So now we have to use the overlay image. There, the max width is going to be 80%. And now I would like to use the span overlay. we'll use it in JavaScript, and let's say position is going to be absolute. Okay, let's display flex and align items center, then justify content center, and let me bring it here. Okay, and then after justify content center, top is going to be 20 pixels and right is going to be 20 pixels. Then we have to go with the height, so the height is going to be 30 pixels and the width is also going to be 30 pixels. Let's say the font size is going to be 16 pixel, and we'll use it. Okay, don't worry about it right now. When I'm going to use it, this is what I'm doing for, remember the X sign or the closing sign, so this is for that. Okay, for the images for this one. Okay, and then we have to go with the color. Font size is 16 pixel, the color is white, and let's use the border. So the border is going to be solid and 1 pixel, and then we have to go with this. And you know what, I missed something. I'll go to, just keep it in mind, and we'll go to the markup and fix this issue. Border is going to have a radius which is going to be 100%, the circle around the X, and then let's go with the cursor, it is going to be pointer, and that's all. Go to the browser and let's see. Okay, so all these things are fixed here within this section. So what we have to do next is we have to use it in as I've told you, we have to use this in JavaScript. So right now we are not going to do that because I have to fix this statics and then static page, and then in the next video we will add the functionality and each and everything. Okay, now I think it is only have this effect, the CSS effect. Okay, when I click on it, nothing is happening. Okay, I'm clicking on it, but it is not functioning because we need a JavaScript. Okay, so it is done here. And now what we have to do next is we have to move on to the, oh, I was thinking what's going on. I need to add a background. Okay, so I'll add the background too. And here, this one, now we have to work with this client views or this testimonial section. So let's go to the browser editor here in the index.html, and after having this one, let's close it here. Okay, sorry, remove the extra spaces. And now we have to work with the testimonial section. So the testimonial section, let's have a comments which is going to be client views or testimonial or whatever you want to name it, testimonial. Okay, copy this, paste it here, end of testimonial. Okay, so now what we have to do next is to create a section element, assigning it an ID. ID is going to be testimonial or reviews or views, or the testimonial is, I think it looks good, it goes with this. Okay, and then we have to go with the heading 2, where we have to say client views. Okay, and let's go with the division, assigning it a class. This class is going to be testimonial, and our testimonials it's good. Testimonials. Now we have to go with the unordered list, and within this unordered list, let's have a list item. And yes, here let me mention here the image size in this section. The the size of the images I have used in this section is 100 by 100. Okay, in the gallery section the images size is 800 by 586, and here in this section the images size are 100 by 100. So then we have to go with the list item, and in the list item, let's have a division, assigning it a class, and this class is going to be user data. Okay, and let's use the image. Source of the image is going to be again images, and my image name is team1, and let's have a alt with nothing. Then we have to go with the span element, and let's use a class. So this class is going to be team name, or not with the team name. Let's go with the username. Actually, it is also not going with the username. Testimonial client name. Let's go with the client name, and let's say client data. So client data and client name. Okay, what we are going to do next is, and the client name is going to display John Doe. Then we have to go with the p element, and in the p element let's say let's go with 15 words. Okay, paragraph of 15 words, lorem ipsum. And now I want to copy and paste this li, first of all, for the convenience. Okay, copy this, paste it here and here, and here is going to be team2, and the team2 name is Jane Doe, and the team3, it's not a team actually, it's a, but I've got the images from there, so okay, it's a client. So let's say Jack Daniel, save it. Okay, so we do have 3 images. Now what we have to do next is we need to create, we have to go with the, not to create, but we have to go with the font awesome icons here. And actually I'm not going to use the font awesome icon here. I have learned something, so I would like to share that with you guys. So let me say ID is going to be client previous, and let's have a class, and let's say test let's say client arrow, and arrow left, and then I would like to go, let me copy this one. Okay, oops, Oh, sorry, I just want to copy this one, paste it here. Okay, and it is going to be client next with the arrow of right. Okay, and let's save it. Now let's go to the browser. Nothing happens, cannot see anything. Main.css, remove these extra spaces. Here we have to say, no, not these comments, sorry. So we are going to have end of projects and end of, it's a testimonial or client section, so let's say testimonial, and let me copy this one, paste it here, and let's go with end of testimonials. It's testimonials. Let me check here again if I yeah, testimonial is ID and testimonials is my class. So you know, ID is also going to be testimonials. Now I would like to, first of all, let me show you, this is testimonials or a clients section. Now what we are going to do here is, let's use the ID. The ID is going to be testimonials, and the display is going to be flex. Then we have to use the flex direction, so it is going to be column. Now we have to use the align items, and it is going to be center. And after this, let's go with the testimonials and heading 2. So the title of the heading is going to be our theme color, which is not this one, sorry. It is going to be 010831. And now I'm going to use the testimonial class. So the testimonial classes, testimonials and classes is going to be a class is going to be to have a position of relative, and the maximum width is going to be 500 pixels. And then we have to use, let me get this testimonials from here, copy this, paste it here, unordered list, and here the display is going to be flex. And then I would like to go with the padding. Padding is going to be 0. Then list style type, actually not typo, list style type is going to be none. Then let me bring it here, and let's say overflow, it is going to be hidden. Okay, now I want to copy this selector and paste it here. Let me say list item, where the minimum width for this is going to be 100%, and I would like to use the display. It is not going to be inline, it is going to be flex. And then let's use the flex direction here. So the flex, what I'm doing here, flex flex direction, and the flex direction is again column. Then I would like to go with the align items, center, then justify content, and spelling of my justify, oops, justify content, it is going to be center. Okay, now what I'm going to do next is I do have a class of testimonials unordered list. Let's go to the list item and let's reach to the client data. Let me check my class again, okay? So it is client data, client data with the image. Okay, sorry, I have to go with the image. Now here, client data and image, and here it is going to be, we are going to have a border radius, which would be 100%. Let's see if it is working. Okay, so it is working. Now we have to go with the client name. So let me get it from here. And let's see, client name. So the client name is going to display, let's use the block value of this display property, and let's use the margin. Margin is going to be 15 pixels and 0. And let me copy this one, and what I'm going to do here is let's paste it here. And we are talking about this P element, so the font style is going to be italic, and font size would be 20 pixels. Color is going to be 010831, and text align, it is going to be center. Okay, now we have to use the arrows. So let's have testimonials, and let me check the class of my arrows. So it is client arrow. What I'm going to do here is, let's say client arrow, and the client arrow is going to have a position of absolute. Let me bring it here, hold on. Absolute, and display is going to be inline block. And then after, I would like to go with the top. The top is going to be 50%, and the padding, we would like to go with the 20 pixels, and border is going to be solid, and 010831. And then after, I would like to go with the border width. The border width is going to be 3 pixels, again 3 pixels and 0. Let's go to the cursor pointer, and let's have a transition, which is going to be the border color, the border color, and 0.3 seconds ease. Okay, the next thing is, actually I'm having some noises from my neighbors. I don't know if it is within the recording or no. So what we are going to do is client arrow, and let's say arrow left. The right of this is going to be 120%, and let's use transform, rotate 135 degrees. Okay, and I want to get the same selector. Let me copy the whole thing, this whole code block, and here I should say right, and within the right, the left is going to be, in place of this right, I should say the left, it is going to be 120%, and the rotation of this one here, it is going to rotate on -25 degrees. Okay, and I have to use another class which is going to be helpful in CSS. So the testimonials is going to have a client arrow, hover, and border color black. Let's save it and move on to the browser. Okay, so you know these arrows, I haven't used the font awesome icons here. As I've told you, I have learned this new thing. Actually, it's new for me in CSS. I haven't tried this, never ever. So this is what we have done. Now they are not going to do anything right now because we have to use the JavaScript here. Look, if you guys can see here, when I click on it, it is changing. Okay, but here I'm clicking here, but it is not responding because I haven't used JavaScript yet. So when we will use JavaScript, it is going to work as same as this one is working. Okay, now the next thing is, the next part is this contact form and this footer section. So this footer, actually it's not or a footer section. So let's finish this one and then we will make the site responsive. First of all, let's go to the editor here in the index.html. Let me remove the extra spaces from here to here. And it is going to have a contact section. So the contact section, let's see, contact, and let's have a section element with an ID of contact, and let's use heading 2. Heading 2 is going to be contact me, and let's use the form element. Input type, and the input type is going to be email. Then let's say the name is also going to be email, and let's use a placeholder. Placeholder. So the placeholder is going to be email, and then we have to use the text area. So the text area is also going to have a placeholder, so it is going to say your message, and then we should say that we should have a button. So the input, and the type of the input is going to be submit, and the value for this is going to be submit, and that's all. Let's see. Okay, so we do have a form. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to prepare the markup for footer, and then all together we will style it. Okay, so by using the footer element, I'm going to use the div, assigning it a class. Class is going to be container. Container is going to have a align center. You know, this one is this container, and this align center is going to get the same in this class. Okay, so we are not going to use CSS for this one, it is going from it is going to get these container and align center style from there to here also. Okay, align center, and link is going to have a let's have a href actually first, and you guys can use a link here. Class is going to be FEBFA Facebook, and just for the actually I have to use the list item, sorry, list item, and cut it from here, paste it. Now I'm going to copy this from here, and I want to paste it here and here, and in place of Facebook let's use Twitter excuse me, and LinkedIn. Okay, LinkedIn excuse me, let me drink some water. Okay, so you can see that LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and there should be another thing, which is going to be, you know, I made a mistake here. Let me fix my markup. Here I have to use a class. This class is going to be logo and section link, as I've used this earlier in the beginning, and the href and here I just want to say portfolio, portfolio, and you know I need to wrap this one, sorry, I need to wrap these list items within an unordered list. Actually I want it to be finished soon because I'm getting tired. I'm feeling tiring actually. So we have just wrap it from this is the opening tag and this is the closing one, that it is saved now, and let's see. Okay, here. Okay, so now it's looking better. Now what we have to do next, why I cannot see the portfolio, wait a minute. Why is not getting, hold on. Okay, I think I've made a mistake again, so let me check. The class is going to be logo section link, and it is here. There should be a portfolio text, or I cannot see. Okay, yeah, sorry, it got the classes everything, all the style from the upper one, and it is in white, and the background is also white, so that's why. So let's go to the main.css, and first of all let's start working with the contact form. So let's say contact, and here, okay, so I would like to go with the contact ID. The background is going to be not this one, it is F8, F8, and F8 in the contact. I don't need a background actually, but let's go with this one. I was thinking about the footer. You guys can estimate the tiring level of mine, but let me finish this one today, because in the next video I have to use the JavaScript functionality for this. So text alignment is going to be center. Let's see, and don't forget to watch the second part, please. It is going to be very helpful for you guys, and you will learn many things. 20 pixels, and then let's use a color. Color is going to be 010831, and let's have a contact form where display is going to be flex, and flex direction column, align items center, max width is going to be 500 pixels, margin is going to be 0 and auto. Let's use the input, and let's see, not the type is going to be, what I'm doing, type is going to be submit, and sorry, let me select the contact from text area. Okay, text area, where the width is going to be 100%, padding would be 20 pixels, margin bottom is going to be 20 pixels, border would be solid 1 pixel and kind of gray, close to white. Font size is going to be 14 pixels. Box sizing is going to be border box, outline none. Now I'm getting this selector, pasting it here. Let me bring it here, and here I would like to go with the height, which is going to be 100 pixels, and let me see, resize is going to be none. Then after what I'm going to do here is, let's save it and let's see. Okay, working. Now I would like to go with the contact input, and let's go with the type is submit. Okay, and here let's use the border, which is going to be none. Margin top, it would be 20 pixels. Padding, which is going to be 10 pixels and 30 pixels. Color for this is going to be white. Background, not attachment, actually it's only background, and the background is going to be 010 and 831. Okay, then I would like to go with the box shadow. So the box shadow is let's say inset and 0, then -3 pixels. And you know what, when I'll show you, wait a minute, 16 and 16, and then I would like to go with the font size. So the font size is going to be 16 pixels, and text transform is uppercase. Well, the cursor is going to be pointer, and cursor would be pointer. Then let's use the outline, and it is going to be none. Let's use a transition. Transition is going to be all, 0.3 seconds ease, and margin bottom, which is going to be 10 pixels. Then after this, I would like to let me get this one, the same selector, copy this, paste it here, and I'm going to use the hover, and the hover is going to have a color. The color is going to be F5, F5, and F5. And then I want to go with the box shadow. So the box shadow is also going to have an inset 0.3 pixels, and then 0, 0. Here I'm going to use 5, 7, 6, 6, 5B3, 5B3. Let's save it. Okay. Let me show you this one so you guys can see. There is a nice shadow of black here. Let's change this black into blue. Just for you guys to see how does it look. So there is not looking that much good, but it's looking nice. Now let's fix the footer. So here we have to go with the footer, and for the footer, let me get the, just to say footer. Okay, and footer is going to have a padding which is going to be 10 pixels and 0. Then the background color, which is going to be 0, 1, 0, 8, 3, 1. And let's use the footer logo, which is going to have a width. The width is going to be 45 pixels. Then we have to go with the height. Height is going to be again 45 pixels. And let's go with the font size, which is going to be 20 pixels. Okay, and now we have to go with the footer icons. So for this, let me bring it here. Oh, skill section, don't, so just leave it. What I'm going to do here is footer, then let's go with the social icons. Let me check. Okay, I haven't used the social icons class, I forgot, because in the footer, when I was preparing this markup, I knew that, yeah, I don't know what happened. So let's do this footer social icons. I'm not getting it. Okay, I have a class of social icon, and it has to be here. I'm looking, where is that? Social icons. Okay, sorry for this one again. So now we have a social icons, and the social icons is going to display in a flex, and the list style type is going to be what? List style type, which it is going to be none. Then we have to go with let me get this selector, paste it here, and list items. Okay, list items is going to have a margin left, and the margin is going to be 15 pixels. Okay, copy this one again, same, the whole code block, and here I'm going to say anchor. Here I'm getting the a tag or anchor tag. Now I would like to go with the color, so the color for this is going to be white, and and display is going to be none. Oh, sorry, flex. And transition is going to have an opacity of 0.3 seconds ease. And text decoration, so the text decoration is going to be none. Then we have to go with the, let me get the selector, copy this, paste it here, hover, and the opacity is going to be 0.7. Now let's save it. I think I missed something. No. Okay, so we have done with our page. All the static things are done, but now we have to make it responsive. And then after, in the next video, we will use the JavaScript function to, like, now it's just jumping. Okay, you can see there could be a mistake, so we'll fix it. And it's just jumping, not working as it has to be. So let's go to the CSS again and start making it responsive. First of all, let me remove this line from here, and let me put it on in its proper place. So it should be here. Now let's work with the responsiveness of this website. We only make this about section responsive, rest of the page is not. So I'm just going to use the end of this area for this. Let's say responsive. Okay, and here let's get started. So at media, all, I'm not going to use one by one the sections, I'm using the all, and the max width is going to be 1020 pixels, where the container class is going to have a padding left 15 pixels, and then padding right is also 15 pixels. Okay, now the next one, again at media, using all, and here the maximum width is going to be 820 pixels. Okay, and let's say the heading 1, which is going to have a font size, this would be 55 pixels on this screen size. And let's not here, sorry, testimonial testimonials arrow, the padding is going to be 15 pixels, and then these testimonials arrow, and then arrow right is going to, the left of this is going to be 100%, and let me get this code block, put it here and paste it here. Okay, and the right is also going to be 100%. Then again another media, all. And yes, if we miss anything, we will fix in the next tutorial when before starting JavaScript. But I'll try to do it in a better way right now. Okay, if I miss anything, we will fix it in the next video. So the position is going to be absolute. Then we have to use the header nav, and nav fixed, it is going to have a background. This background is going to be none, and let me bring it here. Let's say the navigation. List style type is going to be none. Margin would be 0. Padding would be 0. Max height is going to be 0. And let's use the overflow, which is going to be hidden. Let's go with the background, and the background is going to be 0 to 1266. And let's use the transition. So the max height, in the transition, the max height is going to and 0.4 seconds is and then we have to go with the unordered list, navigation, and then navigation opened. So this is going to work when we are going to use the JavaScript, but let's have it here. So the maximum height of this is going to be 500 pixels. Well, the transition is going to be to have a max height, and height, and for 1 second ease. And let me get this selector from here, copy this, paste it here, and I would like to go with the list item where padding is going to be 0 and 15 pixels. Then again, I do have the selector, so let me paste it here, and I should say list item anchor tag display is going to block, padding is going to be 10 pixels, 0, color would be white, and border bottom is going to have a solid 1 pixel, and this would be the gray color of line, but I think it should be white, not gray. Okay, and then I would like to go with the text decoration. The text decoration is going to be, seems I think text decoration, and the text decoration is going to be none. Then I would like to go with this selector, copying it here from here, pasting it here, and let's say first child. I'm talking about the home page. Okay, this is the home tag, the home element, anchor tag of home. This is the first child, and the padding top here is going to have 20 pixels. Then I want to change this first into last. I think the contact is the last one, and here the padding bottom, not bottom is going to be 20 pixels, and then border bottom is going to be none. And then what we have to do next is header nav, and then navigation nav toggle button. So it is going to display is going to be block, and the font size is going to be 25 pixels. Save it. Okay, you guys cannot see anything because we are just making it responsive for other screen sizes. I want to finish it and then I'll show you. Okay, then after this, having this one, we have to go with the last media query, and this is the last media. And usually I use 786 pixels, but this time I'm using the 600 pixels. So for the smaller screens, usually I use 786 or 768, something like that. This. Now here, let's get the logo. Logo is a class. Logo class, and it is going to have a width. The width is going to be 50 pixels. Then the height is also going to have a 50 pixels, and the font size is going to be 20 pixels. Now we have to select heading 1 and heading, let me check, it's heading 2 and 2 to heading 2. Okay, so heading 2, and font size for the headings, heading 1 and heading 2, is going to be 35 pixels. Then after, we have to go with the testimonials class, and it has a client arrow where the padding is going to be 8 pixels. And okay, so padding is going to be 8 pixels, and let's use the gallery section now. So the gallery section, the list item from the gallery section is going to have a width of 33.33%, and let's use the, hold on, testimonials. So the maximum width for the testimonials is going to be 60%, and then I have to use the testimonials unordered list items, and P paragraph element. It is going to have a font size which is going to be 17 pixels. Okay, so this is what we have done so far. Let's go to the browser and let's see. So my mouse is working or not? No, yeah. So I forgot to add the background of this one again. We'll fix this. The video is going to be too long if I'm going to fix the errors. Look at this. It is coming to this side. It hasn't to be this side. Let's go and compare with this one. Okay, this is what I have done before, and yeah, it has to be here. So there should be a mistake here. It is not going to work right now. It will work in the when we will use JavaScript, but its position is not correct. I have to fix this one. Then these cards, like, look at them, look at these, they are looking so great, and they are not looking that much good as they have to be. I have to fix this also. Look at this, JavaScript is going out of it, and the gallery, it is okay. So yeah, only it has the, at least something is working well, so we have to be thankful for this gallery. And okay, it is also fine, good, looking good, but they are not going to work right now because we have to use the JavaScript functionality here, and this is the contact and the footer section. So what we have to fix, we have to change the size, we have to fix the size issue of this skill section, and we have to fix this button. We don't have to place it here, it should be here to the right side. It's not going to work right now, so we will fix all these issues in the next tutorial. Plus we are going to make it responsive, make it user interactive, or we will use the smooth scrolling, all the functionalities, whatever the functionalities we have here in this one, we are going to have in that one. Okay, so this client section is going to work, the image section is going to work. There, that is not working because JavaScript, the cards are going to be resized, and the toggle button. Again, thank you so much for watching, and thanks for liking the channel. Again, if you didn't subscribe the channel yet, go and hit the subscribe button. Press the bell icon also for the notifications of upcoming videos, because from now we are working on JavaScript projects, and you guys will have more fun and more interesting JavaScript projects. Then after we will start React, but now React projects. Okay, but now we are stick with some JavaScript projects. And then yes, don't forget to join the Facebook page. I'm going to give the link in the description below. And for the codes of the other projects also, please search. There is a video on this channel about the codes, and in the description of that video, actually I'm not sure which video is that one. I need to find it, but if you please find it on your own, then it will be I will be thankful because you guys are asking code. So go and get the code from codepen.io. The link is in one of the description below. Okay, I think I have uploaded that video on 1st or 2nd November. So just search that one over there. The title is Code of All Projects or Tutorial, something like this. Go and get the codes from there. Okay, I'll see you in the next video with the projects, with the JavaScript functionality. Okay, so hasta la vista, ciao ciao.